When I thought I had MS, it was really, really hard. And the only way I got through it is because it came in waves, kind of, I guess. I would relapse, and I would be in remission for a few years, and then I'd have a really bad relapse, and I'd be in remission for a few years, and it'd be good. I mean, it makes you appreciate the time that you're in remission so much more. So I feel like that's the only way I got through it when I thought I had MS, is just knowing that it wasn't going to last forever, and that it was going to be over. One day it'd be over and I'd be in remission again and it would be good. And I always had that little bit of hope, that faith that I could get through it, even though MS is a pretty big disease, and can be pretty aggressive. I feel like that's the only way I was able to get through MS. And then I was diagnosed with Lyme disease, and it was hard for me because I didn't know anything about it. And I'd go online, and the stuff you read online is not good. And so it's not the best idea to get online and read people's stories, because it's really hard to find a positive one, I feel like. And I felt like the stuff that I was reading and hearing about Lyme disease was like, it's the end of the world. And people were kind of acting like it's the worst thing that you could ever go through. And I knew it wasn't. Lyme disease for me was a really hard diagnosis, but it was really hopeful also, knowing that I had something that could be helped versus just treated to keep me at bay, and that it could be cured, that essentially it could be cured for me. I could go into remission. And so for me, I know I'm blessed. I know I'm so blessed, and it's not like this for everyone, but for me, it's been 7 or 8 months since I started my Lyme disease treatment, and I'm looking at remission in the next couple months, and that's really unbelievable to me. I never thought, in like 20 years that I've been sick, that I would ever have such a positive, I guess, prognosis on my health. So that's awesome. And that's something that was hard for me to find, I guess, online. It's just like in my research, it was something that I had to do for myself, is to just develop that faith. And I know, like, I've always had that faith that it can be better, that one day you'll be done, and that it will be all gone, and you're not alone. And so it's a hard disease, but there are a lot worse things that you could be going through, and there's a lot of comfort, and there's a lot of hope in, I feel like, a Lyme disease diagnosis that people don't realize. There are a lot of positive things about it. So that's something that I wish I would have, something I've learned in having this Lyme disease diagnosis that I wish I would have known in the beginning, but it's good to know now. This is when I was younger, when I was a teenager, and I believed I had MS. There was one an episode, I guess, that was specifically extremely hard for me. And I was on a lot of medication. That was really hard for me because for MS, it was the wrong medication for me, so it was making things worse. And there was one night, I remember I was in the hospital. I was on IV steroids, prednisone, just like really high doses. And side effects were horrible, and I just felt like such a mean person. No one wanted to be around me, and I just wanted to be by myself. And I couldn't sleep at night, and I was in so much pain. And I remember, I'm really stubborn. And that night I prayed And I just prayed, and I was just, my plan was to pray until it got better. And I was just going to pray. I don't know. I want to say it was at least an hour that I was praying, and I was just like begging. I was begging for it to go away, for the pain to go away, so I could at least just sleep at night. And it did. It did after, struggling for a bit. It was just like, this pain was just lifted. And I just felt really, really strong sense of peace come over me, kind of in like a wave. And I was able to sleep, get a lot of sleep that night, and it was really good. It was really good for me at that time. And I often remember that. I know that I'm so excited that one day this will just all be gone. It'll be lifted. Right now I know it's hard, but it's not done. I'm not done. And it's good. I'm okay. I know I can do this.